Welcome to the introduction of the principles of management. This is Chapter 1. Section 1.3, Leadership, Entrepreneurship, and Strategy. In this video presentation, we need to stay focused on our learning objectives. And our learning objectives are to understand the roles and significance of leadership, entrepreneurship, and strategy in management principles. And also to recognize the connections between leadership, entrepreneurship, and strategy. It is because management principles are drawn from a variety of academic fields, primarily leadership, entrepreneurship, and strategy. What is leadership? If management is defined as getting things done through others, then leadership should be defined as the social and informal sources of influence you use to motivate others to take action. It entails inspiring others to join you in your struggle for a common goal. Great leaders contribute to the development of an organization's human capital, and then inspire individuals to take concerted action. Leadership entails knowing when, where, and how to use more formal sources of authority and power, such as position or ownership. We are increasingly living in a world where good management necessitates good leaders and leadership. While these perspectives on the importance of leadership are not novel, competition among employers and countries for the best and brightest, increased labor mobility and hyper-competition put pressure on firms to invest in the present and future leadership capabilities. Procter & Gamble is a recent example of this shift in emphasis on leadership as a key management principle. Procter & Gamble, for example, recruits and promotes people who achieve success through influence, rather than direct or coercive authority. Internally, managers have shifted from being outspoken and needing to direct their employees to being individuals who electrify and inspire those around them. Good leaders and leadership at Procter & Gamble used to imply having followers, but in today's society, good leadership means being a follower and bringing out the best in your peers. This is one of the main reasons why, according to Fortune magazine, Procter & Gamble has been consistently ranked among the top 10 most admired companies in the United States for the last 3 years. Ranking of the most admired companies in 2006, 2007, and 2008. Whereas Procter & Gamble has been around for over 170 years, Google, which has only been around for a little more than a decade, is another winning firm in terms of leadership. Both companies place a premium on leadership, in terms of being exceptional at developing people. For the past 2 years, Google has ranked first on Fortune's list of the 100 best companies to work for. Sergey Brin and Larry Page, Google's founders, built a company on the premise that work should be challenging and enjoyable. Google's culture is unlike any other in corporate America, and it has nothing to do with the company's ubiquitous lava lamps, or the fact that the company's chef used to cook for the Grateful Dead. On a daily basis, Google prioritizes employees in all of its offices, in the same manner that it prioritizes users when it comes to online services. There is a focus on team accomplishments, as well as pride in individual accomplishments, that contribute to the company's overall success. At dizzying speeds, ideas are traded, tested, and implemented. Meetings that might take hours elsewhere are frequently condensed to a conversation, in line for lunch and few walls according to onlookers, and employees separate those who write the code from those who write the checks. Because Google results are relied on by millions of individuals, this highly conversational atmosphere promotes productivity and camaraderie. Google's leadership is founded on the conviction that if you provide the appropriate tools to a group of individuals who want to make a difference, they will. Now, let's take a moment to look at the views on managers versus leaders. What is entrepreneurship? It's appropriate that this part on entrepreneurship comes after the discussion about Google. Entrepreneurship is defined as the identification of opportunities, needs, wants, issues, and challenges, and the use or development of resources to put inventive ideas for new well-planned initiatives into action. Perhaps this is self-evident, but an entrepreneur is someone who engages in the entrepreneurship process. We refer to entrepreneurship as a process because it frequently entails more than just coming up with a fantastic concept. Someone must also put that idea into action. As an example of both, Google executives claim that their company's unique selling point is anticipating needs not yet articulated by our global audience, then meeting them with products and services that set new standards. This constant dissatisfaction with the way things are is ultimately the driving force behind the world's best search engine. Entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship are the driving forces behind value creation. They identify and build new markets, while also promoting change in existing ones. However, such value creation necessitates the existence of an opportunity. Indeed, entrepreneurship's opportunity-driven nature is crucial. Opportunities are often defined as issues in quest of solutions, with the best opportunities being large problems in search of large answers. In other words, larger difficulties often imply a larger market for the product or service developed by the entrepreneur. We hope you can understand why entrepreneurship's problem-solving, opportunity-seeking character is a crucial building component for good management practices. What is strategy? When an organization has a long-term purpose expressed in clear goals and objectives, and these goals and objectives can be rolled up into a coherent plan of action, we say it has a strategy. It has an excellent if not exceptional strategy, when it takes advantage of unique resources and competencies to capitalize on a large and increasing external opportunity. The central integrated, externally focused concept of how an organization will attain its objectives is hence strategy. Strategic management is the body of knowledge that answers questions regarding the development and implementation of good strategies. Strategic management is critical for all businesses because, when properly defined and communicated, strategy provides leaders and employees with a clear set of parameters for their everyday actions. This is why strategy is so important to the management ideas you are studying. Simply defined, strategy is about making decisions by asking series of questions such as, what do I do today? What shouldn't I be doing? What should my organization be doing? What should it cease doing? How to understand leadership, entrepreneurship, and strategy in harmony. You are aware that leadership, entrepreneurship, and strategy serve as the inspiration for essential, valuable, and effective management ideas. You'll want to know how they might be related to one another now. In terms of management concepts, consider leadership, entrepreneurship, and strategic management to be answers to the questions of who, what, and how. Leadership enables you to understand who contributes to the organization's success, and what the important elements of strong leadership may be. Entrepreneurial organizations and entrepreneurs in general are obsessed with recognizing opportunities and solving problems for any organization. Entrepreneurship provides answers to big concerns about what an organization's mission might be. Finally, strategic management seeks to ensure that the correct decisions are made, specifically, that a good strategy is in place in order to capitalize on those large prospects. A recent Craigslist job advertisement is one way to observe how leadership, entrepreneurship, and strategy come together for an organization and for you. Now you can examine the ideal candidate traits stated in the Help Wanted advertisement section. Not it's hard to see that if you're a recent business student, the organization described in the ad is seeking for you. The job description specifies a number of functional areas of competence for the ideal candidate. As you can expect, this new job is vital to the company's success. As a result, we hope you are not surprised to learn that, in addition to functional experience, this company is looking for someone with leadership, entrepreneurial, and strategic perspective and talents. You now have a better understanding of what those important management principles entail. Now let's look at the details provided in the advertisement titled, Chief of Staff Needed. The advertisement reads, we're looking for a chief of staff to bring some order to the chaos that is our company's expansion. From finance to sales, marketing to operations, hiring to human resources, accounting to investor relations, you will have a hand in everything at the company. You will be directly responsible to the CEO. In the first 90 days, you will be asked to do the following across a variety of functional areas before your employment evolves into a completely new set of responsibilities. Criteria number 1 is marketing. Using best-in-class direct marketing campaigns via email, phone, web, and print or mail communications, we can leverage our existing customer base. Convert our present customer spreadsheet and database into a highly effective, lean customer relationship management system. We need to construct the infrastructure to service and communicate with customers for numerous users. Be excellent in customer service, both in person and over the phone, and you will assist us in developing a Ninja certification system for our staff and partners to emulate. Create a web-enabled direct sales force, which will include a significant amount of strategic effort, sales force incentive design and experimentation, and the development of web services to support the direct channel. Criteria number 2 is sales. Be excellent at showing our goods in the showroom, as well as at your home and in the field. Aim to be one of the team's top sales representatives, and earn incremental variable compensation for your efforts. Criteria number 3 is finance and accounting. Build our financial and accounting structures and processes, take over QuickBooks, manage our accounting team, employ extra people as needed, and get that profit and loss rocking. Determine when we should pay our invoices and supervise team members to get everything paid on time, and properly manage our working capital. You will be constructing and executing our financial model, so keep track of our real income and expenses versus your own projections. Criteria number 4 is operations. We are developing cutting-edge capabilities in the areas of returns, exchanges, and shipping. You will assist steer strategic thinking on operational solutions, and will implement them alongside our operations manager. We are looking for new headquarters. You may help identify, build out, and launch. Criteria number 5, HR and recruiting. We are looking for a team of interns. You will be in charge of the programs, and many or all of them will report to you. You will act as an ombudsman for our summer programs. The CEO and third parties now manage many of the company's HR needs. You will take over many of these. Criteria number 6, production and product development. The company is actively seeking a production assistant or manager. In the meantime, you will assist with a variety of web-facing and vendor-facing duties. Okay. Now knows what is the job advertisement is all about. It looks like that the company is looking for the ideal candidate from the following background. And the criteria are as follows. A few years out of college, but at least 2 or 3 years away, from business or other graduate school. Charismatic and instantly liked to a wide range of individuals, propelled by dazzling humor, a high level of extroversion, and a balanced mix of self-confidence and humility. Capable of quickly reading individuals and knowing how to treat them accordingly. Naturally sympathetic and exhibits considerable empathy, effortlessly viewing the world through the eyes of another person. An engaged listener who gives people with the impression that they have been well heard. Extraordinary attention to detail and a memory like a steel trap, nothing slips through the gaps. Analytically, they are razor sharp, ace the math component of their SAT test, and excel at problem analysis and solving. A perfectionist who effortlessly keeps things in order. Congratulations! You are now at the end of the presentation. Let's take a look at the key takeaway. Management principles are gathered from 3 distinct areas. And they are leadership, entrepreneurship, and strategic management. You discover that leadership assists you in understanding who helps lead the organization forward, and what the important attributes of strong leadership may be. Entrepreneurs are obsessive about recognizing opportunities and solving problems for any company. Entrepreneurship provides answers to broad issues about what an organization's mission might be. Finally, as you may have guessed, strategic management seeks to ensure that the correct decisions are made, specifically, that a sound strategy is in place, in order to capitalize on those significant possibilities. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and share our messages. Have a nice day.